Hi everyone, Dervla Clark here. Welcome to all of you who are going to watch this live stream. And today I just feel inspired to continue talking about fear and the pressure that we put on ourselves to be perfect. I mentioned yesterday that I'm doing Gabrielle Bernstein's May Cause Miracles book, and it's where we take notice of our fears and become more aware of them. And it was very interesting to see that I had more fear than I realised, and documented some fear yesterday evening. And then last night I really didn't sleep very well. I felt like there was a lot of stuff coming up for me. I have the tail end of a kidney infection, so I was in and out to the bathroom, and I felt different physical symptoms, and a part of me was like, oh, for God's sake, I'm fed up with this. And what could I do? In the middle of the night, we didn't have a spare bed to sleep in. I could have slept on the couch, but I didn't want to do that. So I just processed what came up for me. And to be honest, I can't remember some of the fears that came up. I know one of them was about people around me getting ill, and different people around me, because I think it's almost like I'm at the point where I have the freedom of not being in a job that I don't like, and for the first time in my life I can get up and I can do things and go where I want to go. But there's a part of me that almost believes that that's too good to be true, that that's too good to last, because historically there were patterns of feeling good and life being good, and the next thing there was another bang, and you'd no sooner be through that and then there was another bang, and it seemed pretty constant. So it's like my mind is saying, Dervla, you're not safe, the crap is going to hit the fan, this is too good to be true. And it's about, you know, the ways that this mind of ours holds us back. And I see we have one live viewer. If you just give me a thumbs up or let me know who you are, it would be great. So I'm just talking about fear and how it's showing up, and yeah, so it can show up in very sneaky ways. And what I did last night then, when I wasn't feeling hectic, was I just started clearing, and it was probably 4 o'clock in the morning. And this isn't unusual, this has happened to me before, but it's not ideal, but it's the way I'm processing stuff. And so if you're live and you're listening to me and you're familiar with fear, or you're experiencing fear at the moment, just let me know. Gone again. Okay. So yes. So what did I do? So I was visualizing tapping. I was bringing in different colors, and I moved through several colors. I used the color white because my abdomen didn't feel very comfortable. That's what I was drawn to bringing in first, to purify that area. Then I was feeling hot, so I was bringing in sprays of blue color to cool down my body. And yes, it probably is linked to perimenopausal symptoms. So any of you women out there listening to this, I'm using colour to move through some of the symptoms that are showing up for me. I do firmly believe that the more I clear my health, my digestive system, that all of this is going to minimise, and that I'm going to have a much easier transition than maybe others have had. So that's probably another live stream discussion. But yes, I was bringing in the sprays of the colour blue, then I was bringing in violet to purify the blood and to heal the cells. I was bringing in green. And so this went on, but at one point fear did show up, and I actually feel that it wasn't my fear, it was ancestral fear that I was carrying. So I actually felt a cloak of darkness almost lifting off my back, and cleared within a very short space of time. So why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this because this is what's coming to me to share with you right now. I never really know what I'm going to say when I go on these live streams, but it's to show you how you can use colour in very simple and very effective ways. I had planned to get up at 7:30 this morning. I had the alarm set. 7:30 came. I was really ready for sleep. So I allowed myself, thankfully, today I didn't have any body to commit to this morning, so I could do that. and felt a lot better. So when I did get up, I continued the healing, and what I needed, when I got up in the morning, it was like, okay, you need to drink diluted cranberry juice, which I have been doing. And then it was like, you need green. So this is the colour green that I was drawn to for my colour scarves. And this green is about healing, it's about nurturing, it's about new beginnings. And I do believe that this is, for me right now, this signifies growth of new cells, because my body over the last, several months at this point now is processing stuff. And I believe that some of that stuff that I'm processing is stuffed down emotions that I couldn't fully process while I was working in a job that I wasn't happy in. So this is the colour I was drawn to. It's a beautiful fresh green colour. So I tied this around my body in the area that I felt that I needed it, and I just wrapped it around the area of my kidneys. And I left that on my body for whatever length of time that it felt right for me to leave it. And then it was like, okay, you can take it off now, Dervla, your body has had enough of that. So I'm bringing the colour in that way, bringing it in through visualization, bringing it in through foods. The foods colours that I needed today were a mixture of the red and the green. And they're all nourishing in different levels. So, have you used colour before? Hi Inga, how are you? How do you incorporate colour into your life? So at the moment, the module that I'm on is very much aware of the colours, the colour foods that I'm eating. And it's funny, even before I started that module, I was becoming more aware of the colours, foods that I needed to, and the colour of me in the house that we live in. And yesterday I was very much drawn to red foods. And even when I've written about this in my dissertation this morning, when I looked at the red foods in the shop yesterday, it was all, my energy system went from kind of just almost, I was calm, I suppose, and maybe, I don't know if neutral is the word, but when I saw the red, rich vibrancy of the foods, it was like, bing! It was like my energy took a lift, went right up, and when I came home and ate the red foods, instantly I felt better. So it's about, you know, I'm kind of highly in tune with my body, but I tell you something, I'm becoming even more highly in tune with my body. And sometimes that's not always easy, because I look around and other people seem to eat everything and anything they want, and they don't have any digestive issues or whatever. That hasn't been the case for me, but I've been on a massive learning curve, learning about how my body reacts to foods, eliminating what doesn't work, bringing in the colour in the form of the scarves, in the form of the meditation that I did all night last night. And yes, my inner critic was going this morning, okay, Dervla, you didn't start when you had planned to start, but I'm trusting that this is happening because it's what I'm, part of my purpose, is part of what I'm supposed to share. And yeah, so using colour in so many different ways is extremely powerful. And I had already been using colour in my sessions, but this is bringing it to a whole new level. And there are some fascinating exercises that I can do with clients. So if you're interested in making an appointment with me or having a chat to see how we can incorporate colour into your life and combine it with other energy techniques to help you to move through that fear, to move through those limiting belief. That's okay, Inga. Smile emotions by mistake. That's okay. I'll accept them. It's all good vibes anyway. Thanks. Yeah, and you know, it's interesting about these live streams. I listened to somebody else talk on live streams this morning, and I do believe, you know, we can get caught up in being perfect and trying to have everything perfect, but at the end of the day, you know, life happens to us, life happens for us, and we may not feel great all of the time, but that's okay. It's about being human, and it's about sharing what I just feel drawn to share. And I've said before, I've no idea what comes out of my mouth when I start these live streams, so I'm trusting that whoever is meant to watch and listen to me will find their way to these live streams. So if you'd like to find out more about how I can help you with colour, how to move through those fears, because it's very interesting. I would definitely have moved through a considerable amount of fear already in my life, but there's still more to do. And always when we try to move to a different level or take further steps, and especially establishing a new business, I tell you, it's a massive personal development journey. And there are times that it's great and it's buzzing, and there are times when it feels somewhat challenging and not so smiley and happy. But we get through it. We teach, you know, what do they say? We learn what we're here to teach, or we teach what we're here to learn, the other way around. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I do feel that as uncomfortable and all as many aspects of my own journey in life have been, they're bringing me to a point where I can help you to move through fears, to move through limitations, to move through that feeling of you have to be perfect before you go on live stream, that you have to have the perfect outfit, that you have to have everything, all the ducks in a row. Well, I suggest you just take action, and if it feels imperfect, okay, just keep going and trust that the next step will show up for you. And today's mantra for Gabrielle's work is love did not create this. So it's interesting how I'm going around bringing in that affirmation and the stuff that was coming into my mind, and the more we shine a light on it, we really realize how much our thoughts are actually holding us back. So to become more aware of your thoughts, maybe even ask yourself, what color are your thoughts? Does the color of your thoughts feel dark and heavy, or are they light and bubbly and vibrant? Simple things like that, and just bring in whatever color your body needs to lift and lighten that. When I'm driving, I'm bringing in colour. If I feel a little bit out of balance, or I tune in to see what's going on. And again, a lot of this energy is not even ours. It's ancestral energy that we've picked up. And some of us are on the journey to actually clear that ancestral energy for ourselves and for the generations ahead of us. And that's not an easy task sometimes. It can be uncomfortable. It can feel... it can feel uncomfortable, and it can feel a little bit challenging at times, but to know that the ripple effects of that are going to be amazing does make it worthwhile. So I think that's all I have to say for now. So if you're feeling any fear, just let me know. Let me know how you bring colour into your life. What do you do to release your fear? And are you really aware of it, or are you perhaps pushing it all down with food, pushing it all down in relationships that aren't serving you, pushing it all down by staying in a job that you really cannot stand and that you hate and you want to get out of, but you're so afraid to take the first step? Well, I know what that feels like. I've moved through that. It wasn't a journey of sunshine and roses. It was challenging, but I have zero regrets. And I tell you something, moving through the fear is so worth it. And remember, when we believe those negative thoughts, that's when we suffer. And we don't want that. So I think on that note, I'll leave you. So just maybe for today, tune in, ask your body, what colour foods does your body need to nourish her or him? Ask yourself, what colours do you want around you? And you can bring them in very simple ways, and just let me know, what colour are you drawn to, and I'll be back again live at some point and chat to you soon. So you can give my Dervla Clark EFT business page a like if you want to get more notifications from me, and check out my website, and you can sign up there for free blogs and news from me. And check me out on Twitter at dervlaclark1, and I'm also on YouTube, dervla.clark. Sometime I'll have a little banner. I ask you about doing that so that I don't have to say that every time, and I can just put it up on my live streams. They're all available on YouTube. Just subscribe. I've uploaded them and a good number of them are there, so you'll find this one there too at some point. So that's it from me. Take care, and I will chat to you very soon. Thanks for joining me, Inga. Bye.